The Beatles were involved in a few legal disputes regarding alleged similarities between their music and that of other artists. In other cases, similarities between the band's songs and other works have been ignored for a long time. The Beatles never denied their roots, and their music is so complete that it comes from a wide range of genres and styles. It's important to note that music plagiarism and copyright infringement are complex legal matters, and the outcomes of such cases can vary. But in today's video, we'll look at some Beatles songs that took some elements from other songs.
1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me why. Start again. What did you do then? You made a mistake. I know you did.
Okay.
Rolling.
Rhythm and Blues Part 9.
This is a well-known story, and it was brought up again with the recent documentary McCartney 321, where Paul recalled the story.
My famous occasion with bass radically altering the whole attitude of the song was when John came in. You come on flat up, he got grooving up slowly, he got juju, what he want now. I'm saying, wait a minute. That's Chuck Berry's song. The opening line is, here come old flat top.
Here come on flat top.
The Beatles had great admiration for Chuck Berry. There was always a mutual respect between him and the band, and Berry even said he would have liked to write Yesterday. On the other side, the Beatles took some licenses for their first songs, like the time Paul McCartney took the bass line from I'm Talking About You and used it in his song I Saw Her Standing There. And while that never led to any legal action, the estranged Beatles found themselves in trouble for 1969's Come Together.
So I just suggested we slowed it down. So instead of the, we go.
Before the song was finally released on the Abbey Road album, McCartney says that Lennon took it to the studio with a rhythm that was identical to Chuck Berry's You Can't Catch Me, even repeating the same lyrics in the first line. And upon realizing this, McCartney urged Lennon to give the song another twist, especially by changing the tempo, so that finally, and slowed down, Come became the song we all know.
Here come on flat top. Here come on flat top.
However, Berry's lawyers had their hands full in the 70s, sued Brian Wilson for plagiarizing Sweet Little 16, and then went after Lennon when they found the similarity to Come Together. But unlike the media crisis caused by other cases, Lennon settled with the record company to avoid litigation, and offered to make a rock and roll covers album with the songs owned by the company, granting a mountain of royalty income courtesy of John Lennon.
He come on flat top, he got, and it changed his attitude to it.
Another very similar case happens with Revolution, a song that is also by John Lennon, who as a tribute completely takes the introduction that the Californian bluesman Pee Wee Crayton used in his 1954 single Do Unto Others. Nobody in the band circle ever talked about it publicly. Bobby Parker's Watch Your Step was number 51 in the charts in 1961, and only 3 years later, a very similar song would be hitting the top charts. Its name? I Feel Fine.
They stole your riff, man.
Yeah, I know.
I know
I'm glad you said it.
What's the riff? What song?
I Feel Fine.
Composed by John Lennon, it's another case of a song with some similarities to another. The Beatles interpreted Bobby Parker's song in some times between 1961 and 1962. The song also directly inspired Day Tripper, another song by the band. And although the excerpts taken cannot be considered plagiarism, there are other songs that were inspired by Watch Your Step that are a little more similar, such as Led Zeppelin's Moby Dick. Paul McCartney has always said that Lady Madonna was a tribute to Fats Domino, the direct antecedent to the piano part of the song. However, it was a song by British trumpeter Humphrey Lyttelton called Bad Penny Blues from 1956 that is originally believed to be the official inspiration in McCartney's mind for Lady Madonna. Both songs did not have the expected similarity to get the band in trouble. However, you can notice the slight nod from McCartney to Littleton's song. The Origin of Yesterday, one of the most famous songs in the history of music, has a bit of a controversial side. In 2003, musicologist Spencer Lee told BBC Radio 4 that he believed Nat King Cole's Answer Me had influenced the song.
Yesterday, guilty of yesterday.
I think he would have heard it when he was 10 or 11. He certainly would have known the song, he said. McCartney said he woke with this wonderful melody in his head, and he felt it had come from somewhere else. However, McCartney's spokesperson denied the claim and commented to BBC News, "To me, the two songs are about as similar as Get Back and God Save the Queen."
Yesterday,
Another case to find the origin of the song comes from Mexico. Jaime Almeida, a Mexican musicologist, bet with theoretical bases that Yesterday by Paul McCartney had melodic similarities with Bésame Mucho by Consuelo Velázquez. At first sight, it seems impossible, but Jaime was in charge of developing a hypothesis based on the fact that Paul McCartney sang Bésame Mucho many times years before composing Yesterday. Listening to both stories, what do you think? We finish with these examples and their corresponding context. We put some fragments of their songs that perhaps the Beatles took consciously or unconsciously to create some of their songs.
close your eyes and I'll kiss you. I feel good in a special way, and I'm lost in a daydream. Well, I'd rather see you dead, little girl, than to be with another man. I'd rather see you dead, little girl, than to be with another man. Take a sad song and make it better. Whatever happened to
You said that we were through.
And it's worth remembering the plagiarism that George Harrison did with He's So Fine.
I was requested to go and take my guitar, which was really terrible. I had to stand up in court with my guitar. So all these people grilling me and talk about how you write a song, which is really difficult because every song is slightly different anyway. But it did cause a bit of a problem because especially like in America, the disc jockeys are all on top of it now, pulling every song apart. It's like Spot the Tune, you know, because so many songs are like so many other songs.
Harrison, after leaving the Beatles, unconsciously plagiarized the Chiffons' He's So Fine before unconscious plagiarism had been established, and the resulting court case cost him a lot of money and established a precedent.
my sweet Lord.
He's so fine.
I really want to see you.
I don't know how I'm gonna do it.
In the 1966 Los Angeles press conference, a reporter asked Paul McCartney if there were any artists that influenced their music. McCartney replied, "Oh yes, nearly everyone, you know. We pinch as much from other people as they pinch from us." So we end for today. There are many examples of the Beatles playing between the line of taking influence and falling into plagiarism. Thinking of a band that created 229 songs during their career, this is normal behavior, and more often than not, creative borrowing occurs subconsciously and not deliberately. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel and help us a lot by liking our video. Comment your impressions. This is Music Box.
Don't do it while you're playing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look what you're doing. I'm feeling blue and lonely. Would it be too much to ask of you?